my whole audio interface went out.
Oh,
So
no.
I've had to drop back and punt on that guy. I got. Were you at something this weekend, Phil?
Where was I? I went up to Cherokee's Advance-A-Rama for a few minutes yesterday morning.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the one at UGA at the
At Warnell.
Forestry or whatever? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Scott, you were at a training this weekend.
Yep, IOLS.
Every
Every scout deserves a trained leader.
I did almost. I can't really say no scouting. I actually stood in front of a Kroger and helped some kids sell some popcorn on Saturday.
There you go.
Doing the whole thing. We're in the pre-show banter here for the 12 Points live stream coming up straight up and down at 6 p.m. I got to watch my phone clock carefully since the computer clock is off. That seems, there's some conspiracy going on with the computer clocks right now. But anyway, okay, so we're 4 minutes to the 6 o'clock hour when the show really starts. But if you're checking in with us right now, be sure to drop it down in the comments and let us know you're here. And stay tuned because we have a prize coming up. We have a prize giveaway coming up right here at the very beginning of the show. I think maybe within the first 2 or 3 minutes of the start of the show. And for right now, I guess we'll just do some regular old pre-show banter, right, guys? What else have you got going on, Phil? So you went to Cherokee's thing, Advance-A-Rama?
Yeah, had a lot of scouts out there, doing a lot of fun merit badges, and it's a cool thing. They partner with the University of Georgia, so they utilize those instructors and college students.
Oh wow,
to
yeah.
help instruct those classes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Gosh, if everybody had a university right in the middle of their district, actually, we probably do here in Appalachia. But anyway, we'll see. I like where ours is, though. Ours is at Central.
Yeah.
In Lawrenceville. And, that's where I went to Advance-A-Rama when I was a kid. So I know it's been going on at least that long. That was in the early 90s. That we were, that was when it was Appalachia and Sweetwater.
Mm-hmm.
Having it at Central Gwinnett. So, and then, so Scott, that was all you had this weekend? No popcorn selling or anything, just training this weekend?
Just training this weekend, and then we've got the Jodais coming up next weekend with some.
Oh yeah. That's teasing a little bit in the show there. That's good.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna be like weekend number 5 in a row for you, huh?
Yeah, Scouttober.
I like it.
We were at Fall Family Camping Weekend last weekend, and that another slide coming up here in the news section, but. That was a lot of fun. So, man, and so really, will this be like weekend number 3 or 4 coming up, or is that?
Yep, 3, and then there's the Commissioners College after that, and then there is Baloo, which Crystal and I are co-chairing this year. So.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's all coming up so fast. All right, well that's good. I know we've got people signed up for it already. I don't think it's full yet, but that's pretty cool. And what about, gosh, Phil, I mean, were you at camp at all this weekend, or?
No camp this weekend, but I'm sure I'll be out there a bunch in the month of October. A lot of stuff going on.
There sure is. But our big family camping weekend was last weekend, so that is just about it for Daniel's, Northeast Georgia camping, but there might be some other camping. All right, let's get into the intro here. It's almost time. We're live already, and if you're with us, if you're joining us, be sure to drop it down in the comments below and let us know you're here. Let's do some shout outs. Let's hear from you. This channel and this episode works best when you ask questions and participate. But anyway, also we got some prizes coming up here very shortly here in the first few minutes of the show. So let's stay tuned and stay with it. 12 Points is a live stream broadcast of the Northeast Georgia Council, bringing you tips, tricks, and best practices to help you be prepared for your next big adventure to the Northeast Georgia Council and beyond. Stay tuned as the show unfolds. And don't forget to drop your questions and shout outs down in the comment box below, whether you're joining us on Facebook Live or YouTube. What are you going to do with that about that like button down there? Catching us on the rebroadcast, skip ahead using the timestamps that will show up or magically appear down in the description below here on YouTube. But joining us today, of course, our wonderful host, Phil Nichols, Council Program Director and Special Guest Cub Master and Roundtable Commissioner Extraordinaire, Mr. Scott Shearon. I lost my audio interface, so I actually have to just applaud without that. Yay! Welcome to the show, everybody. We got a packed broadcast for you today. So it's we got a lot of stuff going on here in the Northeast Georgia Council. It has been busy and it stays busy through the month of October, or as Scott just called it, Scouttober. So and as you heard in the pre-show banter, we're just in the middle of it. So we got a big show today, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for joining me today. And so I guess we'll kind of press on through. This show, 12 Points, our live stream broadcast is monthly and takes place on the Sunday following what would normally be your roundtable. Some of you might not have had roundtable this past Thursday for fall break and others, but most of you would have had it on the second Thursday. And so we're broadcasting live as normal on our Sunday following roundtable. It's about tips, tricks, and best practices on how you can be prepared for your next big adventure to Northeast Georgia and beyond. It works best if you drop your comments, your shout outs, and your likes and your questions down in the comment box below, which reminds me, I got to fumble around on the buttons here, get into the comments there as we watch for people arriving on the show. So sort of just hoping that we're live. I don't see anybody in the show yet, but we'll just press on through. If you're following along on the show, be sure to visit us on the web at nega-bsa.org and get your phones out, because throughout the show, whenever we mention something that's upcoming and if you have interest in it, you'll have the chance to scan a QR code. If you don't have that opportunity at the moment, be sure to you can screen cap any section of the show and at any time and capture those QR codes. Adam Shebro from the Appalachia District says, greetings. And there's Scott comment. Scott, you're on the show. You don't have to do the comments anymore. But he says, hey, from Pack 511. You know what? We're going to do that roll call right there because we have at least Appalachia in the show today. But we're talking a lot about Northeast Georgia Council and beyond. So there's a lot more than just Appalachia going on, guys, today. For your own entertainment and edification, we'll press on through. This segment is brought to you by Trails End Popcorn and the popcorn sellers of the Northeast Georgia Council. Plan your ideal year of scouting, making it popcorn possible with Trails End Popcorn. And we know that there are thousands of scouts out there right now selling popcorn. I got an update for you on Trails End popcorn sales and this past week's top 50 sellers challenge. Phil, any predictions, any guesses on that? Have you been following it on our Facebook page?
It's been wild and crazy. These kids are working really hard, so I can't wait to see the 6 p.m. updates.
I can't. So yeah, this is Miss Wanda, the popcorn guru, reminds me that we cannot announce the winners yet because the contest rolls on past showtime here, goes all the way to midnight. So you have time to email grandma and get her to buy something online, even if you're not at a storefront. But some of you may be at a storefront right now. So, okay. Well, anyway, so we'll have that news coming up shortly. On today's show, it's the big show, the Big Scout Show preview show. I don't know why I haven't changed that title yet. Got to change that slide there, but 12 points in 4 categories. Of course, news and notes is up next. Tips, tricks that you need to know. It's actually just a review of last month's tips and tricks where we talked about how to be prepared for fall camping. Specifically, last month we talked about fall family camping, but Scott and I got together. We were talking about, what did we learn? We just had our fall family camping, so that's behind us. But There's some people that haven't gone camping yet for Fall Family Camping Weekend. And so we've got some tips, tricks, and things we learned from our weekend together. Phil's got a safety moment. We've got training as well in segment 3. And then, of course, what's next in the upcoming highlights section. Got a couple surprises in there that I slipped in on you, Phil. So y'all pay attention because we got a good show today. And if you're joining us, drop it down in the comments and participate in the show. We're going to have a little bit of a whoever's here, we'll have a little bit of a quiz to see who is active and on and knows about things going. Phil, you got a quiz question, right?
We're ready to go.
Okay, we're ready to go. On sale now are still and through the end of the year on sale our 90th anniversary collection. This is the 90th anniversary. Happy birthday and happy anniversary, Northeast Georgia Council. 90 years as a council in its current form. The 26 counties of Northeast Georgia Council formed late in, I guess it was 1935, and is still going today. So 90 years and a beautiful patch set there, Phil. If you want, you can purchase those online, hit that QR code, or visit us on the web at nega-bsa.org/90 anniversary series to get yours. They're running out fast. Do we have many more left in the Scout shop?
We do still have a handful left, but I bet by the end of the year, we're pretty much sold out. So we're getting yours today.
Yep, we're clearing them out because we got a very special surprise in our collector series for next year, but I won't tease that now. I want you to go get your 90th anniversary stuff if you haven't gotten yours. I got mine, and I got a couple sets actually, so really excited about that. And anyway, if you have a chance, go online and get yours if you haven't already. Okay, let's keep moving on. Let's see if we've got any other people. Got a couple viewers popping in there. It's time now for Phil Has a Prize. Phil, you've got a prize. Listen, if we've got a couple people on. If you're on, we have a prize giveaway right now. If you'd like to be in on it, answer the upcoming question down in the comments below. Give us a shout out. Let us know what pack or troop you're from. Phil, what's the prize question of the? Well, what's the prize? First of all, do you have a prize?
I don't have a prize. It'll be a mystery prize today.
It's okay. I got a prize.
Daniel's got a prize.
I picked up an extra Atlanta Gladiators hockey puck. We're going to have some news about Scout Night with the Gladiators coming up in December, and a two-pack set of the collector's edition of the Scout Night at the Stripers. It's in the shape of a baseball hat, which I thought was cool. And I got one other collector's patch left. You can't get these unless you join us for one of the 6 quest events. This is this year's Scoutland Quest series patch, a big round patch. Anyway, those 1, 2, 3, 4 objects are yours. And Phil has a prize. Phil, what do we got to do to get the prize today?
I do. We talked about it was the council's 90th anniversary.
Yeah.
But just a couple of years ago, Camp Rainey Mountain celebrated an anniversary.
Man.
What year was Camp Rainey Mountain's first summer camp?
That's a good one. Oh. Don't say it out loud, y'all.
We got to do
the
math
funny thing
now?
is, I had to. The funny part about that question is that I had to. I thought twice about wearing the hat that I'm wearing. I try to change every time, and I almost wore that other hat. Oh yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, I don't think they can read it. We're coming. Yeah, hopefully not, but maybe you remember, maybe you don't. So we'll see. Drop it down in the comments right now. What was the first summer camp at Camp Rainey Mountain? And we're going to move on. We're going to press on, and people are dropping it down in the comments. Stay tuned. We'll get to the answers here in a minute as they're popping in. We've got a couple of answers. Let's go through the news, and then we'll give away the prize pack today. So stay tuned and stay on and stay with us. Here's a couple shots from around the council. I tried to really vary it here today, so it's not all, Daniel's photos in Appalachia. I did steal some from people. So anyway, take a look. Here we are. In the news, we had SWAPA back on the last weekend in September. And here's a shot of just about everybody. I don't know. There's probably like 400 people there down on the stage. And they were doing a dance number here And you can see they're at the campfire or the Stewart Amphitheater there for SWAPA. What a great event. What a great camporee for Sweetwater and Appalachia participants. And sometimes we have others, but mostly Sweetwater and Appalachia. That was a great event at Camp Rainey Mountain. They had a lot of cool things going on. Phil, did you make it up there? I didn't even notice if you were there or not.
Yeah, I was there for a little bit Saturday morning. It was a ton of fun. Those kids were they were having a blast up at camp.
And, it kept me so busy for the time that I was there that I didn't get around to all the things to take pictures. But like I missed the escape room. That was one of the big things that they talked about. There was an escape room, and then there was a first aid. I forget what they call it. A first aid scenario or whatever and it was built around a scene. The theme for SWAPA was time traveler, and their scene was like a volcanic eruption in Pompeii or something like that. So they had it all dressed up like it was Pompeii on the inside, or an old Roman city, and they were running around having to fix people that weren't, totally crushed by the lava. First aid stuff. And I guess, I didn't get to go in and see that. So, but really talked about, and of course the dragon boats is always a favorite. And we had, an award for I think the most graceful sinking or something like that. The cardboard boats. So a lot of fun at SWAPA. Always a big event. Scott, have you ever been to SWAPA before?
Not yet, but Andrew crosses over this year, so we're looking forward to
yes, yeah, we're
heading
looking
up that
forward.
way.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Well, so that is one of the prime events. Here's a picture from yesterday, actually. Etowah District's Fall Family Camping out at Scoutland on Lake Lanier, Pack 211. I think this is a weather rock, maybe. I don't know. It was the most peculiar picture of kids at Fall Family Camping that I stole from their Facebook page. But anyway, it was instead of just a posed selfie, I guess, of kids standing in a line. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I think they're building a weather rock out there on the parade field. Great shot. And thanks for sharing Pack 211 at Fall Family Camping this weekend. We got a couple guesses down in the comments, by the way. I'm going to share them in just a second. This is Hope Curtis at Tiger Mania, which took place at Gwinnett Church of Christ in Lawrenceville on the same weekend as SWAPA on that Saturday. We had probably, I don't know, maybe 50 lions and tigers and over 100 people there. We barely had enough parking for everybody, but that was a big event. Tiger Mania is a lot of fun. And if you've ever been to this before, what they're doing there is they tie these balloons to a string and they have to hold it until she says go. Then they drop it on the ground. And this is all about running around and trying to pop everybody else's balloon, which is just, I guess, a fun game. It's like a gathering game or whatever. But anyway, a lot of fun. Hope always puts on a good show, and we thank her because that Tigers is kind of her passion and one of the fun things that she loves to do. But Tiger Mania is just one of the most fun events of the year. So that was just a couple weekends ago. Here is Currahee District and Rata Day. Phil, tell us what is Rata Day?
So RATA stands for Range and Target Activities. So this is a day where Cub Scouts got to come out and shoot archery, BB guns, and just have a great day up at Camp Rainey Mountain working on their targets and activities.
Looks like they had a bunch of kids out there. So this is I guess this is archery right here on the archery range anyway. Yeah. So what a great idea, RATA Day. We don't have one of those in Appalachia, but we have ours is, I guess it's Cub Fun Day where we're doing range and target. So upcoming. Anyway, check that out in the fall activities section of your district. It's on the front page of the website. Every district's is linked to a landing page on all of the remaining upcoming fall events around the Northeast Georgia Council. Here's one from Tali Achila. Any of you guys know what that's all about? Talia Chila is a training event coming up in November. But these guys, this is Rebecca, who's the course director, and then Adam there in the middle, and Lori. And they are on the staff. So they were at staff development during Fall Family Camping last weekend. But Phil, tell us a little bit about Talia Chila.
Yeah, this is an advanced outdoor leadership for adults. It's based on the old wood badge course. It's a lot of practical skills of working on knots, lashings, first aid, cooking. It's one of the best cooking demonstrations in scouting.
Oh yeah.
It's all for our adults. It's a really
Every
good.
time I pop in there is always good food.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back here. Scott guessed 1954 and $1. What is
Price
Scott?
is Right rules, right?
Yeah, you
Scott
can't
Brewer,
win.
Price is
You're
Right.
on the show. And the only other guess I got was Adam's, which was 1954. You're correct. Adam wins the prize pack. Yay! Give him a hand, everybody.
Woo!
Okay. Thank you for joining us today, Adam, from the Appalachia District and on the district committee. And of course, his comment says, yes, BBs. And which is, of course, at our Cub Fun Day, Adam will be one of the shooting instructors, probably on BBs. And of course, Scott says, Adam Rata Appalachia Day. Let's go. Yep. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So that was a deal. All right. Done deal. Right there on a live stream broadcast. Keep an eye out for it. Here we go. Okay. Here's a special one that I brought from our fall family camping. And
it's your favorite pack.
it's I'm not really highlighting my quote unquote favorite pack or favorite scouts. I don't play favorites like that, but I really wanted to just point out that we got a visit from Steve from Minecraft. And really special about the visit was that Steve was there in the diamond armor, helmet, and sword. And so that was really cool. A 5-foot Steve popped up in pack 511s built by I guess Andrew built it, and maybe some help from Grant there. Did you help out too, Scott? Was that some of your handiwork there?
Oh, that's all Crystal's handiwork.
Oh gosh. Okay. Giving Crystal the nod there too. What a great show. The Appalachia Fall Family Camping was the Minecraft camp out. And I thought for some reason I thought I had my Minecraft patch right here, but we'll have some leftover collector's Minecraft patches available. If you'd like one, you can message me down in the comments. I don't know. I'll see if I can get you one. I don't know. Who knows? Kind of one of those, you got to be there. Hey, if you're joining us live on Facebook or on YouTube, drop it down in the comments. Let's give you a shout out. And if you have any questions, obviously, drop that down there too, because that's kind of how the show works. We're continuing on with news from around the council. This is some of my scouts from Pack 554, one of the newest packs in Lawrenceville, out of Lawrenceville First Baptist Church. And these are some brand new kids selling popcorn for the very first time this Saturday. I know some of you have been selling popcorn for weeks already. They just started though last week after the roundup, and this is their first sale, and they did a great job. We sold $750 some odd in just a couple of hours at our Kroger town center in Lawrenceville, and they did a great job. Big smiles. New uniforms. I loved it. It was great. Did you get any? Are y'all on any storefronts this weekend, Scott?
Oh, we're on several. We've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in different places all around the council. So,
Yeah. There are kids all out, and I know there were all over the place because we are in the midst of the Trails End Top 50 Sellers Challenge exclusive to the Northeast Georgia Council. And here is your update. This is the 4 o'clock update, by the way, not the 6 o'clock update. I had to pull this down before going live, before time of recording. So, hey, there you are. A couple of changes there. Looks like Jacob C., our lone Scouts BSA, who started out the challenge 1 week ago, was in first place, and now had been in third place for a while in the top 3. Looks like Landon W. from Pack 62 jumped up above him today, but there's still time, you guys. And we got a new guy in the top 50, in the top 10 today. I'm not showing all of the top 50, just the top 10, just for show purposes, really. But Rocco, welcome to number 9. I don't know where you've been all week, but there you are now. You must have had a great weekend at the on the tables this weekend. But welcome and congratulations to the top 10 so far. Of course, that could change. So just so you know, that could That could change because the sale goes through midnight. But welcome everybody to the Top 50 Challenge from Trails End, and you have a little fewer than 6 hours left, just about 5.5 hours left in the Top 50 Sellers Challenge. What are you seeing out there, Phil?
I mean, these kids have been working hard at getting to the top 50 here. Knowing these kids and how hard they've been working, I bet over the next couple hours they're emailing everybody in their contact list to try to get them to the top.
That's exactly what I would do. And some of you don't realize, because again, I'm only showing the top 10, but it doesn't take a whole. I will tell you, for what people were selling in the first few weeks of the sale, and I guess that's kind of why we're doing this now. But maybe a couple of hours got some people in the top 100 all the way up into the top 50, and that list changed a lot. So in the top 50, you got to be in the top 50 to win the top win extra bonus points. That's what we're going for here. Bonus prize points, I guess. Or Phil, tell me how it worked again.
You're getting some bonus points for Trails End for selling over this last week.
Yep. So I guess it's a graduated series too. So number one gets the most, and I think it was somewhere like 50,000 bonus points or something like that. It's a ton. They're giving out a ton of extra bonus points on top of the bonus points that you already earned. So it's worth it to just put in a little bit of effort and see how much further you can go. Because you don't want to be number 51. Sell one more box and let's get it up there and see if you can finish out in the top 50. The Trails End Top 50 Challenge for the Northeast Georgia Council. There's your leaderboard here as of the 4 o'clock hour. That changes. And if you'd like a link to it, I'll drop it down in the comments below so you can see the final results at midnight or first thing in the morning. Congratulations again to our top 10 for right now. And let's see if you hold on to it. So that segment was new. The news and notes section, it's where we put our spotlight on you. And that's how this show works, really, is if we get a chance to put a spotlight on you. Pictures from around the council from all 26 counties. And you can send us your pics if you want to. You can drop them down in the comments here of the show. You can DM them to me personally or to the show, and we'll get them. Or just tag Northeast Georgia Council in your photos when you upload them to Facebook or wherever you do throughout the weeks. And we'll get you on the 12 Points live stream via our news and notes section. That was a lot. Man, we had a lot that time. That we have a lot going on and representing all of the districts. I think that's really cool. So if you guys have any pictures to share, I get a lot of Scott's kids, so not to play favorites or anything, but anyway, they seem to make it on the show a bunch here in the last couple months. But hope you're joining us. If you are, drop it down in the comments and let us know. We've got prizes and giveaways. We just gave away the Ultimate Sports Prize and Patch Pack given to Adam Shebro right at the top of the show. Congratulations, Adam, and I will get those to you very quickly. Everybody else, stay tuned and stay with us as we move on. It's time for tips and tricks. And actually, as of showtime, we didn't have a lot of time to prep the tips and tricks before because everybody was out at an assignment this weekend. So we're just going right back through last month's 4 ways to be prepared for fall family camping. But between you and I, Scott, what are some things we learned about our family camping weekend together? And just taking a view here at the ones that we presented last month, using the packing list, how to go camping, hosting a meeting specific to that, showing Scout spirit. That's always a big one. And then pitching in and helping on staff. But what other tips would you give to our fellow viewers at home, Scott?
Yeah, setting up the buddy system early, especially with the Cubs. So it's already built in by the time they get to the scout level. But that's huge for accountability of your scouts. As a Cub master, I need to make sure everybody, I know where everybody's at, how to get there. If I'm helping with a station, I need to know that my pack is taken care of. Two deep leadership.
That's a great point. Yeah, so it's one of those things that kind of like gets forgotten about as we roll in. and then you realize like kids are running all over the place right when you get there, and if you lose control right at the very beginning, it's hard to get it all back. But if you start out, once everybody arrives, hey, let's pick our buddies, like be very concerted about it. Sometimes with the little ones or with all of them, I'll, if you don't have the full den or whatever, I'll line them up in height order, and say, all right, 1, 2, 1, 2, whatever. But anyway, whatever you could do to re-emphasize the buddy system. You have a lot of new people at camp for the very first time. And I always hear somebody say, you should know better. No, not new people. They don't know anything. And you should just assume that they don't. Even if they're older kids, they don't know better. That's one of the fundamental things that we should be very intentional about, I guess, at our first camp out together as a pack.
Sure.
So what else did we learn? Phil, did you learn anything about fall family camping?
Well, I'll talk a little bit more in my safety moment, but making sure you're prepared with food for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You've got someone that knows how to cook. I won't talk about it all now, but food preparation is a big part, especially when you're working in the fall family camping area.
It's also, and that's funny because Adam Shebro on the show today, thanks for joining us, says be prepared. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what this is about. And I'll tell you, we just had our fall family camping weekend, and Etowah just had theirs, but there are others that are upcoming: Sweetwater, Cherokee districts, and Currahee. And Chattahoochee, the biggest one. You have not had yours, so listen in because we're learning some stuff, or picking up some stuff. Some of y'all are pros out there, but it's not so much about what you, the viewer, already knows. It's about what the people who are coming with you who are new. It really is about the new people, what they don't know. So, one of the things we talk about too is the packing list. And this might not be exact, your fall family camping weekend. Like for instance, Currahee has its own packing list that they'll send to you in their pre-event communications. But if you haven't gotten that yet, or it's not downloadable, there is a generalized one that actually kind of takes you through fall family camping or camping with your pack, stuff you might not know how to coordinate, things that you might not think of. And also just to sort of alleviate some of the stress, like, do you have to have a pop-up canopy or you got to go to Walmart and buy one right now? No. If you read that packing list, it tells you coordinate these things. Somebody in your pack may already have that. If you don't have a tent or a sleeping bag, it encourages you to talk it over with your pack because experienced people in the pack know that new families need. And me personally, I always go with 4 or 5 extra sleeping bags. And I just have them in my collection because I know new people, there's going to be somebody that shows up and doesn't have a sleeping bag or didn't know you had to bring one, right?
Yep, always.
I've been to a family camping weekend where I watched people unboxing their tent right there on the grass in the campsite they just found out they were in. You don't want to do that. If you have time, you need to practice with your tent and set it up one time with your children. And maybe and I would say, everybody tries to rush and get there so we could set up before it gets dark. But there are so many what ifs to that, right? You need to practice setting up your tent in the dark, because, where's your flashlight? Where's your lantern? Or whatever, because it might be a circumstance that occurs at your arrival of family camping weekend where you're setting up in the dark. If you're not practiced, then you're not prepared, right? What are some other tips, Scott? Anybody got any other things to add on to it?
Yeah, I dropped mine in the chat, but layers, winter's coming. I was at Scoutland this weekend and it got into the high 40s. So it was chilly overnight.
Yep. That's exactly right. Layers is the key. It is going to get colder over the next 2, slightly colder. It doesn't feel cold to me, but I prefer it to be a little chillier. Let's see. Adam says he's doing the BBs this weekend at Sweetwater. So Adam's going to make. Adam was at Appalachia's doing the BBs. So thank you, Adam, because we wouldn't be able to shoot BB guns if you weren't there. So. Thank you. We need you there. If you're joining us and you have a tip about your fall family camping weekend or something you want people to remember before they get there, it helps because there's going to be hundreds of people there. and whatever you might know before you go obviously helps everybody have a more comfortable time. So thank you everybody that's tuning in on the show today, and stay tuned and stay with us as we go through the show. Some of the tips that I had was, what's the theme? And the real reason that I said that one selfishly, specifically for Appalachia, is because our theme was Minecraft. And for all my grandiose thoughts and ideas about this, I wanted there to be like all these Minecraft things. And then I collected all the boxes, but I ran out of time. So if it hadn't been for Pack 511 and Pack 501 and some of the other packs that built Minecraft scenes and displays, Hope brought a bunch of stuff. We wouldn't have been as immersed in that world as we were. And I think the kids had a great time. And just loved being at the Minecraft camp out. So it's good to know the theme. That helps. And it has to do with Scout Spirit, which was tip number 3 on the show. And then also pitch in and help. Don't let the handful of people that organize everything be the only ones doing stuff. I had somebody yell out at me, there's no water cooler over there. And so there's not just a whole bunch of water coolers laying around at Scoutland. I asked a couple of packs, hey, do you have a water cooler? Could you put one over at the handicraft shack? Could you put one over at the BB range? Whatever. And so they pitched in and helped out. Thank you for that, by the way. And so that, it didn't take but a couple of liters to bring one of their 5-gallon water coolers over there. And that was a huge help. Peter says we have a pirate. Maybe he means pirate ship. Oh my gosh. Cool. Okay. Oh my gosh.
guess we got to go to Sweetwater.
I'll be there.
Pirate ship. Phil, a pirate ship. Oh my God, I love pirates. We're doing a pirate theme next year. That's it. That's all there is to it. Peter, please take pictures of the pirate ship. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Hey, what theme is your fall family camping? If you have one of the upcoming ones, and what are you building or what are you doing to contribute to the Scout Spirit there? Thank you for that, Peter. That is so cool. Oh, hey, you know what? And Scott points out Roundtable commissions in the house. That's Appalachia and Sweetwater's both. He said, no, the patch. Oh, okay, the pirate ship is the patch. Let me go back and make sure I read that right. Oh, I thought you meant that you were going to have a pirate ship there. But anyway, he says, coolest patch ever. I think the Appalachia kids would argue it. I mean, it's Minecraft, and they are
on the gauntlet on you there, Daniel.
I don't know. I mean, they are absolutely bonkers over that. But anyway, I can't wait to see your patch though. And if you have one, they have a pirate ship target, cool. So that's on theme. Great. Thank you for that, Adam. So hey. Anything to do with pirates, of course, I'm a huge fan of. Phil, and you were an adventure camp director. Did you ever do the pirate theme during adventure camp?
No, that didn't hit the cycle when I was there.
I cycled it twice, and one of them, Miss Myrna, who was Doug's wife, made me come over to the camp, over to Scoutland, 5 or 6 weeks in a row, to have this African gray parrot sit on my shoulder. There's a picture of it in the administration building, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But I had to go over and practice having this parrot sit on my shoulder and not freak out or, peck my eyes out, I guess. But specifically so that we could go into the dining hall in my pirate costume and have a real parrot on my shoulder, which was really cool. And we actually only got to do it 1 or 2 times because the parrot was a little skittish, but and she made me practice that one off. And so anyway, that was my thing with the pirate theme. But okay, I don't have time. I won't have a way to okay, well, I'll post that. Peter, thank you. He texted me a picture of the patches. Thank you for that. I'll post it down in the comments right as soon as the show is going. But thank you for joining us, Peter. Thanks for being on the show, Peter, Adam, everybody that's on. If you're on and you haven't yet, drop your shout out down in the comments so we know you're here. Tell us what pack, what troop you're from. or district for that matter. We're trying to get a district roll call in here now. But we have Sweetwater and Appalachia on the show. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. It's awesome. We're talking Fall Family Camping Weekend, tips, tricks, and best practices. But we're going to just move on. That was pretty much it. It was kind of a repeat of last month, but with some enhancements from Scott and others, especially about things that we learned from our family camping weekend. So the one that, if you missed it, the one that Scott said was buddy system. And make sure you go over that right when everybody gets there, so the kids are used to it, and then it's easier to reinforce throughout the weekend. That was a really important one. So thanks for the contributions there. Let's go on to training and safety, Phil. And I think, well, coming up, if you haven't had a chance, let's get all our new leaders trained. We just are kind of winding down on the new Cub Scout roundups that have just taken place. A lot of new Cub Scouts out there, and a lot of new den leaders. Let's get them to a training, whether it's online or in person, which, of course, in Daniel's opinion, is the better way. Get them to an in-person training. And if you don't know when the next one's coming up, hit that QR code and or visit the training link on our website. There, it's on the front page, nega-bsa.org. Plus, we're going to talk about some other trainings that you'll be interested in the upcoming. So stay tuned and stay on this segment. It's training. Let's talk about Baloo. Who wants to hit this one? Scott, Phil?
Yeah, I don't mind. So Crystal
this is your Baloo, right? This is the one.
This is ours. So Crystal and I are gonna be hosting a Baloo up there at Scoutland November 1st and 2nd. And that is not just for your leaders. That is for parents that are interested in why we camp the way we camp, how we camp the way we camp, and all of the wonderful things that you would like to know. So Cub Masters, bring your parents, send your parents. I'm going to throw the challenge out there. My pack, if you want to go to Baloo, if you're a parent or leader in my pack, we pay for it. It's done. You're going.
Hey, that's the way to go. If you build it into your packs that are selling a lot of popcorn now, if you'll just build that into your budget, that really makes it easy on getting additional parents. And listen, if you're the Baloo person and you're about to roll up or cross over, the other people in the pack are going to need to be Baloo trained. You must have a balloon trained person with you at every camp out, including Fall Family Camping Weekend or district and council events. You got to have a Baloo person. And so that is really important. Hey, let's take a pause on that for just a second, because Adam just said, let me read this one out loud here for a second. In Puerto Rico, a slice of cherry pie is $2, and in Barbados, a slice is $3. Those are the pie rates of the care. Okay. I can't like pre-read them before they pop up. I knew that was going to be a joke, but for some reason I thought you were saying that you're in Puerto Rico right now. Like, what are you doing in Puerto Rico? The pirates of the Caribbean. Thank you, Adam, for being on the show today. Peter says Pack 522 will be there in November. Thank you. All right, so that's at least 2 packs that will be there. And Scott says, awesome, Peter. Thank you. So, okay, that's it. That's almost 100% of the people on the show are going to be a great time. So there might be a pop in from yours truly. Phil, are you going to?
Maybe. You never know.
You never know. I know what one you will be at, though, is the University of Scouting coming up. This is the grand training event, daddy of them all. You need to put this on your calendar right now. Everybody stop. Let me biggie size that guy. Drop this on your calendar right now. Take your phone and just go over to calendar and thumb that one in there. Coming up, December 6th is a Saturday. I know there's a lot of other things going on in December, the first weekend. You got to go to the Christmas parade. Listen, you don't have to be in the Christmas parade all day. All right. Make your way over to Frank Osborne Middle School. Be a part of it in whatever way that you can. But the really important thing is, especially for those of you that say, hey, I've already been once or twice, I don't need to go again. Maybe you don't need to go again. But there are at least 5 other leaders in your pack that are brand new that do need to go. And so that's what we're asking for your help with on this one. Everybody needs to go to universities. Every new leader, especially, and a lot of people out there, especially new leaders, think that University of Scouting. It might be confusing. It's called University of Scouting. Is it an advanced level course, Phil? No, it's
No,
it's
no,
really
all the basics.
it's actually geared towards beginners. And Adam here, one of the deans, says still need instructors.
Oh,
Listen, if you want to help, if you're an experienced leader and you want to help instruct, drop it down in the comments below Adam's comment and join his team before Scott gets you, because he's going to ask too.
Yeah, I sure will.
Very good, Adam. Yep. We do need instructors for it. It's just a great, you know what, above all else, besides, and Phil, I'm going to let you kind of join in here. University of Scouting, besides being a great training event, basic stuff that new leaders need, your job out there, leaders, is to get your handful of new leaders, get this on their calendar and ask them, go register today for University of Scouting. But hey, Phil, what are, I don't know, 3 or 4 other reasons that I didn't put on here? What are some reasons you need to go to the University of Scouting?
Yeah, there's also lots of fun classes for leaders to do. So even if you're a veteran leader, we've got stuff for you to do as well. Ways to make your unit meetings more fun, good training opportunity. So even if you're a veteran leader, you can absolutely come to University of Scouting. For Cub Scout packs, it's also the only time of year that we do a discount on Pinewood Derby cars.
Oh,
we will be selling a full case of 48 Pinewood Derby cars for 35% off an individual car.
That's a deep discount. We
Deal.
never do that. We never do that.
And you have to attend the University of Scouting to get that discount. You can't call ahead. You can't come into the shop the week of. It's only available if you come and participate at University of Scouting.
You can't, and so, you know, some people have tried this. They'll say, "Hey, Daniel, can you pick up our case?" Nope, not going to do it. You got to be at University of Scouting. I'll do all kinds of favors and help out people in my district. I will not do that. You have to be at University of Scouting to get that one. So hey, show up, be a part in it. So another great thing is that it is a great networking event, right? This gives new leaders kind of a 30,000-foot view, like a big picture idea of what they're a part of, and kind of tells them, hey, you're not alone. You're not the only one doing this. You're not the most common thing I hear new leaders say, I don't know anything about this. Yeah, look at 60% of the room doesn't know anything about this, right? Go to University of Scouting, so you'll fit right in to that bunch there. So we're going to talk a lot more about University of Scouting over the coming months, especially this month and next month. But you could teach a class and attend some classes. You could teach here's what Adam's saying. You can teach a class and attend some classes, right? So there might be something that you need, but you might already be experiencing something a little more basic. Also, because we need more instructors. So the more the merrier, right? Many hands make for light work on this project, and there will be hundreds of people there at University of Scouting, Phil, right?
Absolutely, yeah, tons of hands, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a really great day.
What other notes am I missing about? What else can we talk about or say? I guess right now I'll give you the floor here. University of Scouting, Phil or Scott, either one. Scott's one of the deans, by the way. He hasn't spoken up yet, but anyway.
I just had to wait for my sermon time, you know?
Yeah,
Peter actually just dropped it in the chat, Daniel, but he's already teaching a great roundtable class.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the dean for our general studies, so I've got a bunch of things together. What I'm really excited about, I'm actually going to be taking a primitive firecraft class. And then, as Adam said, I will be teaching an interfaith class, so all about how to and the why behind them.
That's
interfaith
thank
services.
you. Yes,
So,
that's great.
But we've got all sorts of things. I know the other 2 deans for Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA have been working hard getting folks. But on the general study side, we have anything from roundtable to fire building and interfaith commissioners. We've got some guys teaching that, project management. So there is going to be some fun stuff. Don't miss it. There's
some really cool features at University of Scouting, and some of which you don't even realize that you need. But if you have any questions about it, you like I always say, drop them down in the comments, but DM or message one of us and let us help you figure out like what are some needs for your pack right now. Is
Yeah.
every parent in your pack? I'm speaking mostly to packs because troops are a little more veteran to this, but there is stuff for troops to do too, by the way, for all scouts really. But packs, is every parent in your pack? Does every parent in your pack have a job to do? That's how many jobs you have to do in your pack, by the way. So let's
Oh, there
find
you
out.
go.
And there's going to be something that they need to do at University of Scouting. Even if you're just a parent, by the way, be a
Mhm.
parent, go to University of Scouting. Adam says, I will be teaching how to be a merit badge counselor. Hey, even Cub Scout parents can do that, but anybody can be a merit badge counselor. And it's actually a lot easier than some people think that it's like this really difficult thing. It's really not. I'm sure Adam's going to put on a great class for merit badge counselors. So thank you. Anybody else out there on the show? Next month we're going to have a full University of Scouting segment, and I want all of my instructors to be on the show and give us the shout outs. What are you teaching at University of Scouting? And I want all my new den leaders on to tell me what classes you're taking
Mhm.
at University of Scouting. So that's coming up next month, y'all. Here live in the training segment. So to round out the training segment, Phil's got the safety moment for this month. Phil, give us the safety moment.
Absolutely. And I'm going to talk about as we are in the heart of our fall family campings, we're going to be doing a lot of cooking during these events. So foodborne illnesses is something that you have to watch out for when you're cooking in the outdoors. And want to make sure you remember the 3 C's about keeping your food safe. Keep it cold, keep it clean, and cook it thoroughly. So bacteria is slow to grow in temperatures below 40 degrees and above 140 degrees. And that's what you consider the danger zone. So make sure that you keep your food nice and cold, pack it down with lots of ice, especially if it's uncooked food before you come. So make sure you lock it down and you keep it cold before you start cooking it. Make sure you keep it clean, not only the food and the cooking area, but make sure you're washing your hands. Lots of hand washing. Use gloves if you can. Wash all your fruits and vegetables before cutting them on a clean surface. Avoid that cross contamination. You never want raw meat to come in contact with any of the other food you're going to be cooking and eating.
Right.
So again,
Yeah.
wash your hands, wash your dishes, make sure
Mhm.
everything is clean as you're preparing it. And then finally, cook it thoroughly. We love our scouts having the ability to cook and learn in the outdoors, but it's still your job as an adult to make sure they're cooking it thoroughly. A small digital thermometer is a game changer when you're
Mhm.
cooking because you want to make sure that food is at the right temperature before you dive in to eat it. So make sure that you cook everything as thoroughly as you can.
Yes, very timely. And here's one that I'll point out. And as we're talking about fall family camping weekend, what we learned from our weekend, a couple of mistakes that I had to correct some folks on gently. I hope I did. Was handling of dishes and water at camp.
Mhm.
This is a kind of a big deal, but one of the not most common things, but a common thing that I see people doing is washing their dishes at the spigot right there or
Mm,
rinsing off
Mhm.
their dishes at the
yeah,
spigot. Never, never, or washing their hands at the spigot. Never, 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 never
no.
do that. You should be using
Mhm.
the 3 bucket method. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask anybody camping with you. Again, when you
Go
attend
blue.
blue training, you learn that. Do we have to do it every time? Yes. When we're at Scoutland and Camp Rainey Mountain, yes. It's actually one of the worst environmental things to do is clean dishes or clean anything at the spigots right there. They're right at the front of the campsites, but for so many reasons, not just the spread of bacteria, but very timely and a good tip. Thank you, Phil, for that one. What else you got to add there? Anything from Scott? Anything from you on food and
Yeah. So one of my big tips is more towards the hand washing side. We actually have a hand washing station. So we have a Walmart sells
good
a
idea.
7-gallon water jug that's got a spigot on it, and we have a bucket underneath. And then we have some of the Sea to Summit environmental friendly concentrated soap, and we teach all of our cubs to use that. So that way they are not at the spigot.
That's
Easy.
right. Yeah. A hand washing station, and people will think that we're being fussy about this, but like your gray water or wastewater, those things, that's not something that you just let run out on the ground. You have to be strategic about where that goes at the end, because we are in nature, and the things that you'll attract or the things that are not natural to that area, once you leave, it returns to nature, and that can be dangerous either for the environment or for the animals and other wildlife or plants and flora and fauna that come in contact with it afterwards. I think Scott typed in I think he's telling Adam that, she's signing on for the new AI. She's already signed on, by the way. I already entered her application. So we know we have at least one, Phil. We got an AI merit badge instructor. Adam reminds us, don't put raw chicken on anything.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Just remember which cutting board you're using, all those things. Yeah, no cross contamination. Juices run everywhere. That's so true. So many tips we can talk about with regards to foodborne illnesses. Maybe we got a whole segment coming up later on that as well. Let's continue on. Thanks for the safety moment, Phil. Again, if you're joining us live on the show, drop it down in the comments. Let us know what pack or troop you're from. And we'll give you the shout out here live on the air. And if you have any questions, especially during this portion about what's next, our upcoming events here in Northeast Georgia, we want you to drop it down there. We're going to share some links and QR codes. So get your phone ready to scan the thing, because it's coming up. So so far, so good, guys. Great show. The first one I got to talk about here on the slides is Fall Family Camping Weekend. I put this one back up, even though Appalachia, Mountain District, Etowah, y'all already had yours. But hey, if you just can't get enough camping, by the way, where you were camping, there's going to be more camping. So click that QR code. You could join any one of the other districts in the upcoming weekends. Plus, as we get closer to Halloween, just the chill in the air and the spookiness factor really ramps up at the later Fall Family Camping Weekends. We hope y'all are looking forward to a great time. Sweetwater, Currahee District, Chattahoochee District, Cherokee District. Y'all's are coming up, and everything you need to know is in the QR code right there. Head on over to Fall Camp right now and get registered for your district's Fall Family Camping Weekend, either at Scoutland or on Lake Lanier. And this whole show, the first 2/3 of it, I guess, has been about getting ready for Fall Family Camping Weekend. I could go on and on about it, so but I won't. I'll just we're going to continue on. Anything else you guys want to add about the upcoming Fall Family Camping Weekends? So let me actually add this. Peter, is it a pirate theme for Sweetwater's Fall Family Camping? Is that? I guess that's what I gleaned from it, because it's the patch, right? And I guess I'll just wait for him to put that one down there in the comments below if he's still on. Coming up next weekend, Scott, is one you've been promoting big time in our district, because it's actually in Appalachia, but it is the council's radio summit for Jamboree on the Air and radio scouting, October 18th at VFW in near downtown Lawrenceville. This is always a fun event. Displays, amateur radio hobbyists, and several stations will be there for kids. You know what? I'll tell you, most of the kids that go to Jamboree on the Air, if you don't really even know what radio is. I know that seems like a weird thing, but kids don't know what radio is, or what the importance of amateur radio operators is, having an operator's license, the need for more operators, radio in general. But nobody even listens to radio anymore. We listen to podcasts on the internet on my phone. That I do it too. Even satellite radio, that's not real radio. Radio is real radio. And being prepared for our future is knowing radio, because it will be the one thing that's left when all else fails. I think it's really important. You got to be there. But also, this is a cool event, and they provide lunch if you RSVP ahead of time. So, hey, talk about Joda. Have you ever been to this, Phil?
I've never been, but I do know, like you were saying, it's a lost art. It's a really cool experience for the kids who have probably never done this before.
Actually, and where all of this, live streaming and podcasting stems from, the art of doing these things it stems from radio. That's where it is. That's where it's from. So like, using a microphone and having good sound, all these things that we do it all on the internet now. I wish that I could be on the radio doing it though. Peter corrects me and says Legends of Scoutland is the theme. So okay, all right, that's the theme. I guess that maybe it has a pirate thing to it. But Scott, tell us a little more about what's going on at Joda next weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So I'm actually going to be over there camping with we're doing a troop visit with 514. They're going to be camping over there at the VFW. So
yeah, a lot of people don't know the VFW has its own campground.
Yeah.
They're in Lawrenceville. It's actually just right squashed in between apartments and houses is a wilderness campground that they actually have right there. A little slice of the forest in the middle of downtown Lawrenceville, preserved and protected by the VFW. Thank you, guys.
But it's going to be fun. They're gonna have a lot of really cool radio stuff. I did think I hear Steve talking about doing a fox hunt, so they'll hide a transmitter and the scouts can go find it.
Cool.
And we
experienced the fox hunt at Swappa, by the way. I'd never heard of this before, but so that should be cool.
Those are very practical skills. Daniel and Phil both kind of touched on it, but even the military radios that we use on a consistent basis find their origins in ham radio.
That's right. Yeah. I went to Joda. I've been actually the last 2 years. Just because I'm an enthusiast, I love it. I plan to get my radio license too, but I have been, and last year we talked to the Scout Shop in, I think it was in Phoenix, Arizona. And they were running a Joda event there. We talked to scouts in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, all across the upper Midwest. We talked to scouts and Joda operators in Germany and a couple of other weird places in Europe. I don't know if I got all the names of them, but I know that we talked to Germany in the first half hour of the day, which is really exciting. When we got on the radio with them, everybody, the whole mood of the place, where we were kind of shifted and changed, like, whoa, that's kind of, you really never know what you're going to get when you're when you're talking to folks on the radio. But it is a worldwide jamboree on the air, and so there will be operators all over the world if we can get good connection to it via radio wave frequencies. We're going to talk to whoever we can find out there, so I think it'll be pretty cool. Anyway. So yeah, Peter also said there will be pirates at the waterfront. Okay, there you go. So also another one coming up, wilderness first aid. I point this one out because every troop needs this. You got to have a wilderness first aid person, especially if you're going to Philmont. Hello, if you're doing a crew and you don't have a wilderness first aid person, you got to have it. This is a must-have. And they usually fill up. And I know that the next one coming up on October 31st is not full. Is that right, Phil? Am I saying that?
Yeah, there's still a few spots open. So
let's get that filled up. There's no need to have empty spots. You need it. You're demanding it. You're calling for it. There it is right there. And again, like Scott was saying earlier, we put it in our budget to send people to Baloo. Scout, BSA troops, everybody should have you should have this in your budget to send at least one person to wilderness first aid every year. Even if you don't save, if you don't need one next year, you save it. It's in your budget though. If you do need it, and you can send somebody, it helps them, be a part of that. I think it's a worthwhile thing to add into your budget for the year is wilderness first aid course, one coming up at the end of October. It's on Halloween. You're not going trick-or-treating. I don't know why that's an excuse to not go camping, by the way. Skip it. All right. You're an adult. You don't need any candy. Go to Wilderness First Aid. Anyway, otherwise, the other popular dates in 2026 that are coming up, scan that QR code or hit that link down there at the bottom. A link to it from the front page of the website, also nega-bsa.org. And if you have any questions about it, drop it down there and we'll get them to the right person so that you can have your questions answered. Wilderness First Aid. Every district needs more first aid people also. When we have district events and things going on at Camp Rainey Mountain or Scoutland, got to have a medic. And that doesn't fill the need necessarily at everything, but it does at some. So it's a good thing to have. So that's all I had in What's Next, Phil, by the way. The only other thing that I did have was summer camp.
Yeah, it's never too early to start planning. I've been visiting with over a dozen units now at this point this fall about coming to Camp Rainey Mountain next summer. We do still have spaces available. Lots of exciting things coming up this coming summer. We are fired up about it. We're adding on to the trade skills facility, which was extremely popular last summer. Lots of merit badge opportunities, good quality first-year camper program, high adventure opportunities for older scouts. We've got something for everybody at your troop at Camp Rainey Mountain.
Not to mention, Camp Rainey Mountain is the home for summer camp here in the Northeast Georgia Council. So I'm looking you directly in the camera here. If you're a scout in the Northeast Georgia Council, you ought to ask your senior patrol leader or your scoutmaster, when are we going to Camp Rainey Mountain for summer camp? And find out that answer. When are we going? And it needs to be in 2026, by the way. So make it a point to ask your senior patrol leader or your scoutmaster, when are we going to Camp Rainey Mountain for summer camp in 2026? We actually have a lot of new things to share about summer camp. Last year we debuted the Trade Skills Center. So let's flip over to that. I've got this is, by the way, a shot at we shared it last month too, but always wanted to point out the Eagles 3 kitchen, our very own state-of-the-art outdoor cooking facility and stadium seating for observations and challenges. But a lot goes on there. This is just one peek at the new Trade Skills Center. And I just want to show you, this is actually the start of a welding class. And they're getting their gear on right there. All new gear, all new equipment in the welding facility. And it's expanding again this year. The Trade Skills Center is still a big thing to talk about because there are still people that didn't know that we have one of the only trade skills centers of any summer camp. We're going to be at the forefront of this. We're going to keep it moving. And we're expanding it. Phil, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we're adding on a whole nother section so that we can indoor our auto maintenance area, just to enhance that even further so that the kids can continue to get a good experience. So we're constantly growing, and that's a good sign.
I think we're still working with Lanier Technical College and all of the technical colleges in North Georgia, around North Georgia. But we had instructors from where were all of our instructors from, Phil?
From both North Georgia Tech and Lanier Tech, we had instructors come up and join us. So kids
thank
got
you
to
to those
with experts.
Absolutely. I'm going to drop a shout out down in the comments to both of them here on this video specifically. But thank you to Lanier Technical College and North Georgia Technical College for providing instructors and some guidance on getting our area set up, and for the commitment that they've shown in providing quality instruction and guidance for the long term. So thank you so much for all you do to help us out, both of those schools. Phil mentioned the new trail. This is just hands-on opportunities to work your way up and earn your way into first class if you're not already there. Adam says old timers are collecting hand tool. Oh yes, Scott reminded me. They mentioned this at our roundtable that Gwinnett old timers are collecting hand tools to donate to this program. If you have any gently used or no longer being used hand tools that might be handy for things like welding or automotive maintenance or plumbing. Those are the three main, and farm mechanics is another one. But any gently used or no longer being used hand tools for the program, bring them to your next roundtable, and your roundtable commissioner will get them into that, well, to Phil or whomever. But that's our big promotion of the month is hand tool donations. If you'd like, go to your local big box store and purchase a couple of brand new ones for the trade schools area, and add that to your Christmas list. But thank you for reminding us of that, Adam, and thank you for participating. I know Scott was promoting that at Roundtable in Appalachia as well. So our 45-foot climbing tower has had a new outfit done to it, along with our Cope course had an update to it. This is a view of the 1,000-seat Stewart Amphitheater during campfire. That is our property's vice president's son, Mason Edwards. It's Jim Edwards' son, Mason, flying through the air on the blob. And spoiler alert, I made him do that, by the way, specifically for the picture, but I knew he'd be a good sport about it. So there he is flying through the air on the blob. Some of the waterfront guys doing a canoeing tutorial out on the water as a team. A troop from Texas doing a skit we had never seen before. By the way, a shout out to all of our troops from Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, everywhere around Texas. Texas is Camp Rainey Mountain is Texas's favorite summer camp home, and we welcome all of you coming from the Lone Star State. And I put up this picture right here. This is a little bit of a historical nod here, Phil.
Yeah.
Hope that's okay. In 1828, Benjamin Parks discovered gold in a small town called Auraria, Georgia. No, it no longer exists, by the way, but you can find remnants of it just south and to the east of Dahlonega, Georgia. And that was the start of America's first ever gold rush in the United States of America, which really kicked off and started in 1829. And by 1831, the United States had built a mint to mint the gold into coins right there in Dahlonega. Little factoid history that you may not know if you've ever been to the University of North Georgia. On their logo is the roof of Price Hall, and it shows it as a gold roof. Gold, I guess it's gold around the roof, kind of like the gold dome of the Georgia's Capitol, but also gold from Dahlonega. But Price Hall right there in the center of the University of North Georgia. If you're going up the front steps, a lot of people don't know this, but right underneath the front steps is actually the rail ramp for gold carts coming from the mine to go down into Price Hall, because that was the mint. That was the U.S. Mint. So that's where the gold went and where they minted it into coins. And you can actually still see the old train tracks from the 1830s underneath the stairs at Price Hall. If you get a special, I got a special tour of it a few years back, but it's actually right behind some barn doors in an office bullpen on the lower floor of Price Hall. Actually, a really cool factoid. We spent a lot of time in Dahlonega studying gold rush days and learning about gold rush in the lead up to this project. Gold rushers ended up leaving pretty fast in the 1840s because they were heading to another gold rush. Placers found gold in late 1840s and early 1850s in California, and what most people think is the first gold rush in America, and probably the most popular one that's talked about because of a football team, but it's not. The first one was in Northeast Georgia, as is the depiction, and you can see in the depiction a guy wearing a red shirt with a gold pan. That's our guy. And so if you're wondering why is there a red shirt guy on the shoulder patch of the Northeast Georgia Council, it's to commemorate the first gold rush in Georgia, and we celebrate it at Camp Rainey Mountain. with the return of our newest program, which we already had before, but post COVID, it hasn't returned until now, and it's the Gold Rush program. You'll step back into the early in the late 1820s to our very own Gold Rush pioneering village, and we're going to have more on that later. But that was a little history factoid here late in the show that I wanted to share with you. Phil, any last words about Gold Rush and Camp Rainey Mountain coming up this summer?
Nope, we're looking forward to a great summer in 2026. It'll be here before we know it.
It is. It's going to be awesome. We have more announcements like this coming up in future episodes that we want to share about all of the fun new things coming for 2026 at beautiful Camp Rainey Mountain and our three-sided valley. Join us for summer camp. You can get signed up and show your interest by clicking that QR code or zapping that QR code, or join us on the web at nega-bsa.org. It's in the upper left-hand corner. You'll see it first. Summer camp at Camp Rainey Mountain, our home for summer camp. That's it, really, for our show. The adventure unfolds right here every month on 12 Points, the live stream. Thank you for a good show. I don't have the applause thing anymore because the
big hand with feeling.
Yeah, we got yeah, we'll do the visual one. But great show today, guys. Thank you very much. What last words? I'll go around the table. What last words have you got for? It's October. It's middle October here already. Yeah. I can't believe it. Yeah.
Another great show. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Awesome show. Hey, there's lots of opportunities for training. Let's get it.
That's the word of the day is training, and there's so many of that coming up right now. Now that we're kind of almost through the camping, fall camping season, we're going into training now, training mode. So I want to put a big focus on that here over the next couple of months. We're going to talk more about it. If you're still live with us and on the show, you joined us all the way to the end, be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and drop your last minute shout outs down in the comments. I'll leave it to y'all. Any other last words down in the comments right now, or forever hold your peace. If you enjoyed this video or you enjoy content like this, be sure to like and subscribe if you're joining us on YouTube. Don't forget Commissioner. There it is. Yeah, we were debating on putting this in, but Commissioner College is coming up too. And Peter, I promise I'll put a comment down right here below yours about Commissioner College, and a link to that so that people know if you're planning to go, if you're joining the Commissioner team, you need to go to Commissioner College, and you have that training coming up soon too. Scott, you're going, right?
Yeah, all the cool kids are doing it.
There it is. All the cool kids are doing it. Hey, as I was saying before, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Catching us on the rebroadcast, don't forget to click that bell for notifications so that you know when our next live stream is coming, and you can be prepared. You'll get a notification on your phone that says, hey, join us. Having openings for Roundtable Bachelors. Oh, he's talking to you, I think. Scott.
I'm registered. And so is Ricky. So.
Sean Sullivan says, I missed it. Can you please repeat the top popcorn seller? It's at the top of it's one of the first slides in the show. Just go back on the rewatch. It's there. The top 10 is up. But again, that was from the previous hour before the show started, and those are updating until midnight. The winner's not announced yet. It will be announced on midnight, but thanks for joining us on the show. Sean, catch us live next month. We want to see you out here live in the comments. That's Pack 203. That's Chattahoochee District joining us on the show today, right there at the very end. Scott with one more. You can just say them.
I don't want to interrupt
Ricky,
you, Daniel. You're on a roll.
Ricky from Appalachia is going to the Commissioner College for Roundtable, so that's at least 2 for Roundtable Bachelors. Hey, you guys, what a great show, especially right here at the end. But thank you for joining us again. If you like this video, be sure to click that like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications, and if you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out some of these other videos? Thanks, you guys. Great show.
Yep, great job, guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep, another good. Scott, you might be. You might be. I don't know what. Let's ask the crowd out there. What do you guys think? Scott's on the show. We've been doing a little trial run here 2 months in a row. as the special guest. What do you guys think? You guys like Scott, or should we give him the boot? Thank you for being on with us, Scott. Thanks for taking the time.
Crystal would appreciate it anyway.
Yeah, where is Crystal? Why is she not watching the show? I didn't see a single comment from her.
Andrew had a tournament today, so she's on the baseball field.
I got you. Okay. I thought maybe you were saving bandwidth there at the Shearon household. All right, everybody. I'm signing off. We're ending the live stream. There it goes. Bye-bye.